What is up, prospecting powerhouses? I hope you guys are doing well today. Excited to be joined today by Prospecting on Demand Hall of Famer Jason Yeser. What is going on, Jason? How are you, brother?
Alex, I'm doing good, man. How about you?
I'm doing great. Jason and I were just talking about the big Floyd Mayweather. I was about to say Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao fight. God, that was a disappointing fight. Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor fight. If you guys are watching that fight, let us know who you are rooting for tomorrow. Write Floyd or Conor in the message below. What are you going for, Jason? Who you got?
Man, really, I don't care either way. I just want to see a good fight, to be honest. Not to be that guy that can't pick. But who do I think is going to win?
I'm with you. I mean, who do you think is going to win, though?
That's what I'm thinking right now. Hold on. I mean, honestly, I guess I'll say Floyd just because. I don't know. I just think Floyd's going to win, but I really don't care who's going to win. But I just think Floyd will because he's just been doing it for so long. But I think if Conor does win, I think he's going to knock him out. Like, I think he's going to hit him pretty good. Otherwise, if Floyd wins, it's going to go all 12.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that happening. I doubt Conor will be able to finish him. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I got the decision going. That's my thought process here. I think he's going to get finished. He's either going to get finished in the 10th or 11th, or he is going to probably get schooled for the remainder of the fight. Looks like we've got some people that are really into Conor here and really want him to win. I think he's the majority of what most people want to win, but I don't know, guys. He's never fought a boxing match in his entire life, so just keep that in mind. Guys, we're not here to talk about boxing. Two pundits of boxing. That's not what we're here to do, guys. We are here today, however, to talk about Jason's success thus far in his agency, to share some of his very valuable mindset techniques and confidence techniques. Jason is someone that is a polarizing person. I think that's the best term to utilize. He's very, very intelligent, very giving person, always willing to share and be here for you guys. That's why he's taking time out of his day right now to be on this call. He literally just finished a follow-up with another client, and he jumped on here today to be here with you guys. This is straight value. We're here to hopefully benefit you guys, hopefully make a difference for you and close out the week strong. Jason is not someone that's concerned about confidence, not someone that's concerned about, a no or someone not saying yes to his product. He's always looking to the next opportunity and growing. And he is really a polarizing person. And that's why I wanted to be on here and share value with you guys. So I hope you enjoy this. So first of all, if you're live with us, always hit that like and love button. We're all about those hearts, guys. As well, if you're watching live, throw a W in there. W's because we're winners. Someone asked me why not L's. We're not L's. We're not losers. Come on, guys. So if you're live with me here today, throw in the W. Let us know you're live with us. Feel free to ask any questions as we go through this. I'm sure Jason and I will be able to get back into this and start, answering any questions. We've got a couple questions here to kind of guide us through the process. But the big focus today is going to be on mindset and also on client acquisition, which you guys know that's what we're all about, prospecting and closing deals. So, Jason, before we get into all the good stuff, let's just get started with the simple question. How'd you get started in the entrepreneur space, in the DM space? Obviously, I know you're very close friends with Philip. What's up, Philip? Shout out to you, my brother. Another POD Hall of Famer. Philip's part of the reason that Jason ended up joining Prospecting on Demand. So how did you get started in this space? Share with us a little bit.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for having me, first of all. And I want to give a big shout out to Phil. He did put a little post yesterday. I want to say I super appreciate that. I should actually send you some money in PayPal. I just didn't get a chance to respond, man. So thank you very much. That was awesome. And yeah, so basically how I got started was in the online space, at least. I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always been doing, this thing. And, I was looking for a way a few years back, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. I was looking for a way to stop constantly chasing people in my current business at the time. And I found the internet and I was like, wow, like I can actually get people to chase me and want to buy my products instead of me just constantly always prospecting. And I was like, so I started learning marketing and just the online world. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is so awesome. And I really got into it. I started studying, following, and then I started implementing. And I saw the power that it actually did in my business. And then it just got to the point where people noticed, like local entrepreneurs and other people, they noticed and they were like, dude, they were like, what are you doing online? And do you do this for other businesses? And I was like, no, I don't. I just do it for my business. And I just kept hearing that over and over for like maybe like a year or so. And it just got to the point where I was like, wow, maybe these other businesses need this help. They need this skill set that we have, this online marketing. And so that's when I kind of got into it, and I formed my agency, and my agency was formed like maybe a year and a half ago. And then I just really started pushing forward and just rocking it out, just helping out other businesses that have no idea what we freaking know. Right.
Love it, man. I love the attitude, guys. You can already tell the style of why Jason and I work together. I'll give you guys a little quick side story. It's kind of funny. When Jason and I did our sales call, our consultation for POD, he gets on there and he's telling me that he knows Phil already and we're buddy like pretty much immediately. And we go through the first 5 minutes or so asking some questions, and Jason's like, Alex, look, I'm going to tell you point blank. I know I need POD. I just need you to tell me that I need POD. We're going to be boys, my man. I know it. And it was hilarious. Great time. We're close friends now and growing together. And that's why we have him on here to share this value and share his story. So let's get started with really what the meat and potatoes of this video is about, this training's about. And that's what we're focusing on today in this call, which is two things: mindset, which is something that we're going to get into here in a second, and then getting your first client within about 2 weeks of taking action. And that was within 2 weeks of joining Prospecting on Demand. So let's start here with the client process, because I know most people really want to know that. They want to know, how'd you get the client? How'd you get the money? How'd you get paid? That's what everyone's focused on. Mindset's key to that. But how'd you do the process? So we're going to start there. How'd you land your first client within 2 weeks of joining the POD family? And how'd you do it on vacation, nonetheless? Now, before Jason answers this, I have to read you this hilarious message that he sent me back in, I think this was July 19th, about 2.5 weeks after he had joined Prospecting on Demand. I promised him that I would hold him accountable. I promised him that I'd be there for him to make sure he's going to make the right steps in his business. And I messaged him on Facebook because I haven't heard from him. I didn't see him posting on POD. So I messaged him. I said, hey, Jason, just a quick check-in. Want to make sure I'm holding you accountable. How's everything going? Are you back from your trip yet? He messaged me back a couple hours later. One of the funniest messages I've ever gotten. So I'm going to read this to you guys. He said, I'm definitely sucking this month so far, LOL. I'm back from Vegas and I have one more beach trip this weekend. Then I'm turning into a prospecting cyborg next Monday. Now, I did get that one client a couple weeks ago, so that's all I've got so far. I appreciate you checking in. I'll be on the call tomorrow for sure. That was pretty much the first time I have ever heard anyone nonchalantly say, I'm sucking, but I also got a client. It was the funniest thing I had ever read. I told him a win's a win, bro. Be excited, be happy with it. On vacation, nonetheless. So let's talk about that. How did you land a client on vacation within 2 weeks of joining POD?
Great question. And first of all, thank you for the follow-up, man, because there's not a lot of people out there in different groups that would freaking follow up like Alex does, man. This dude really, really cares. And that was why I was like, I'm getting in POD. So I'm on vacation. I kind of had this guy, in the pipeline. I talked to him before, but then when I got in to POD, I started going through some of the trainings before I left on my vacation, and I started watching them, and I was like, all right. And I just got kind of amped up, and I was talking to Alex, and I was like, man, he just kind of got me a little motivated. And I was like, I'm going for the kill, man. So I was on vacation, and what did this guy say? Oh, so this was a personal injury attorney, and he needed a website done. We're almost done with his website right now, and then we're going to convert him over and start doing some PPC and SEO for him. This is going to be a big thing. Like this attorney right here can turn into, like, in 1 year, will probably turn into like one of your regular high school friends, like, annual income off of just one client. It's crazy, right? This industry is incredible. So he calls me, and we started talking and stuff. And then I called him back like a day later on vacation, and I was like, I'm going for it, man. And he's like talking about his website, how it's going down. And he's like, look, man, can you just get it fixed up? Can you fix what these other guys did? And I said, look, dude, I said, if you want me to put some Band-Aids all over your website, I can. But I was like, but we could just start fresh, do it the right way, get it done. I'll forget what I said. It was something like that. And he just like got quiet, and he was just like, I'm in. He was like, send me an invoice right now. And I did it like right on the phone, which is one thing I took away from Alex He's like, dude, just go for the close on the first call. So I didn't want him to get off the phone. We went for the close. It's actually was the biggest monetary website I've ever brought in. Like, it was a big fat check. Actually made more that week on vacation than like I think I ever have in 1 week. It was crazy because all these like, it was fun, man. But yeah, I closed them, and it was all in the follow-up, and it was all in the prospecting, and just being held accountable really helped, man. So it was cool.
Man, guys, we talk about this all the time in POD, and you guys in Powerhouses, you got to understand, just because a lead says no or doesn't answer your email or LinkedIn message or whatever it may be, doesn't mean that they're gone. They're not lost in the sauce. You got to follow up. And that was one of the big keys when Jason joined. I really wanted him to focus on following up with all the past leads he had because of the style of person that he is. When he gets on the call, he's very not aggressive. That might not be the right word, but so confident in his offering that it's like an attraction. Like, you must sell. You got to work with me. It's impossible for you not to. And if you're not going to join me, and Jason knows this, if they're not going to pay him at the end of that call, he knows that it's not a loss on him. It's a huge loss on their part. And that mindset that he has will allow him to be incredibly successful moving forward. Do you have that mindset? I'm not asking you, Jason. I'm asking the person watching right now. Do you have that mindset? Are you really truly confident in your service, in your offering? Are you really putting in the work to follow up and make things happen? Jason was doing that on vacation, and he wasn't even satisfied. He wasn't even complacent. He's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I got the client. Great. Who? I want more though. And I'm on vacation and I want more. He's grinding so hard while he's sitting on the damn beach and coming back from Vegas. Now, it's probably because he lost a lot of money in Vegas, but let's not get it. Let's not get there. Let's not get into there. But the idea is, you've got to push, man. You've got to push. Stop making excuses. Too many excuses. Go out there and make things happen. Let's keep this going. Let's transition into mindset now, because I think that's one of the biggest keys for you that really puts you into a different perspective than most. And I speak to a lot of people, a lot of marketers and entrepreneurs, and a lot of the times the thing that they're dealing with, it has nothing to do with systems. It has nothing to do with accountability, not about shiny object syndrome. It's within themselves. This right here is the biggest enemy for most people. Most people struggle with this. Philip Calvet doesn't struggle with that. Jason Yesser doesn't struggle with that. Alex Schlinsky, I don't struggle with that. A couple other people that I'll call out in POD, Francisco Nieves, Andres Velasquez. These guys, they don't focus on this. Edward Morales, Jesus Rodriguez. These people have overcome this process right here. This right here truly is the biggest enemy, because there's knowledge everywhere. Online, you're going to get the knowledge you need. There's processes to find clients. It's proven. Time and time again, it's proven. You can get clients to pay you online. Why do people struggle and why do people succeed? Right here. So let's talk about this. You're probably one of the most confident people I've ever spoken to be totally fair with you, and I think that's a huge compliment to yourself. Wow. I really think you're one of the most confident people. And when I speak to you, I can so tell you're just cut from the same cloth as Philip Calvet. And anyone that's watching right now is like, who the hell is Philip Calvet? Go back, watch my video with Phil. The dude is a beast. He's a great guy. It's on here in Prospecting Powerhouses. Watch it. It's amazing. We did another Friday feature with him probably a month ago or so. He's another POD Hall of Famer. So you have this way about you that attracts good things. Where did this confidence, where did this mindset shift come from? Has this something that's always been, ingrained in you? Was it something that you had to overcome an obstacle? Was it some life experience? Like, tell us a little bit about this mindset and confidence that you've really clearly honed in on and made it a real advantage for yourself.
Well, I will say we are all from the same cloth. Like, we've all been cut from it. You, me, Phil, all those other guys, everybody. And really what it comes down to with mindset is that is the biggest thing that's holding everybody back. Like, all it is a belief, right? And really where mindset comes from, for me at least, is, I realized just years ago that, you're going to get whatever you put in. So whatever you put into your mind, you're going to get out. So your thoughts, everything that you're doing every single day, every thought you have, every feeling you have, is literally building your mindset. So what I do is I just plug in every single day. I try to put good things into my head. I try to read as much as I can, listen to audios, podcasts. I'll get into POD and watch other videos like this that other people have done, and just like soaking up good things and surrounding yourself with good people is like a must, because how are you going to sell somebody something that you don't even believe in? right? If you don't believe in what you sell, if you don't believe and you're not confident in your product, how are you going to sell that to somebody? You need to be so confident in what you have that like they have to believe you, right? So in order for them to believe you, you have to believe you. So I just realized that, and it's hard. It's hard sometimes because one thing, like my big thing is SEO, right? We do all our own SEO. I know a lot of the stuff, you know, outsource, but SEO is just something I'm like, hey, look, we're keeping that in-house. We have a team for it. You know, it's great. But it took a while because SEO takes a while to get results. So like it took a while for me to build my confidence there where I knew I could get results for people. But now, you know, once you prove it to yourself, like now we're getting into Facebook ads, right? So I haven't really gotten results with Facebook ads for clients yet, right? So I'm building my confidence there. But the fact is I'm working with providers. I think I'm working with Phil on something right now. And the thing is, I know he's confident there. So I'm confident in this service I'm offering because I'm working with somebody that already got results.
Exactly.
So now, you know, that's one thing. If you want to overcome your confidence, if you're not confident in your product you offer, go find somebody that already has results, you know, make sure they have the results, look at that, and then know that you can be confident knowing that they know what they're doing. And maybe you want to go develop a skill in the meantime, but just build off of somebody else's results and then your confidence will go through the roof. How could you not be confident in something? You're pretty much just connecting two things together and getting paid a nice spread, right?
I love that, man. It's amazing. And guys, here's the thing. If you're struggling with sales, it's likely because you're not confident in your offer. And hopefully the reason you're not confident, I sincerely hope the reason is because you believe that you can't really provide the way you want to. Thus, you don't feel like you have the need or the ability to say the things that you really need to. And so you need to do what Jason said. You need to connect with people that can achieve these goals for you. That doesn't mean you need to be stuck on them for the rest of your life. Maybe you can create a great business relationship with them and it will grow with you. But at the very least, as you get started, find the people that you are trying to emulate and work with them in some capacity. Because that's going to then, their confidence in their service is going to breed confidence in yourself. That's going to help you overcome the obstacles in your mind. Guys, be honest with us in the comments below. If you write to us what your biggest struggle is in confidence, Jason and I can help you. If you don't let us know and you sit here and watch this video and don't take action, it's the same thing as going one ear and out the other. Don't let Jason's words or my words go in one ear and out the other. Take action on this information. Take action, and I challenge you to do that. Let us know what you are struggling with, because if you can tell us, we can probably help you. That's what it comes down to. You can't be afraid to be vulnerable or transparent or honest. That's where confidence comes from. Vulnerability doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. That's okay. We're all human. No one expects I'm right 100% of the time. No one expects Jason's 100% of the time right. We're just going to do our best every time. And if we don't achieve something the way we want to, on to the next one, and we learn from it, right? That's all you can do. Otherwise, instead, here's the other process. I didn't do what I wanted to do. I feel bad about myself. And everything now is drained. Your energy is drained. Your personal life is drained. The next business call you have is drained. It's not effective. You have to be willing to brush something off and move on. And we talk about that all the time in POD because it's such a key. You got to listen to what Jason's saying, not just let it go through one ear and out the other. You got to take action. That's really a big key here. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you're enjoying this call, let us know with a 7. 7's my favorite number. That's really something that's big with me. I love 7. I don't know where it came from.
Do you drink 7 and 7 when you go out at night?
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. I'm a beer drinker. Love beer. That's my thing. 7 and 7. I never heard of it. I think my 7 asphyxiation came from liking Michael Vick back in the day, but now that's like I don't want to talk about Michael Vick on this call. No, he's a bad guy. All right. Anyways, let's get back in here, guys. I'm seeing a lot of 7s. I appreciate you all. 7 Up is pretty good. I like that moon. That works for me. Adam, what's up? Adam says, what's up to you, Jay? All right, let's keep this going. Let's talk about our next question here. Phil Calvet said, "Oh Lord, you need to go out with us then." I don't know what 7 on 7 is. Let's do it. POD Summit. It's coming down the pipeline, guys. I promise.
Phil, you think you can hang with us? You think Alex can hang with us, Phil? Let's be honest. Let's talk.
Probably not.
Oh man, I believe in him. I think he got it. And if not, he can leverage somebody else's drinking ability if he needs to. to raise his confidence.
Gain the confidence. Exactly, guys. All right, let's talk about something that I think is so critical to the success of entrepreneurs and marketers. People are used to, if you're not always an entrepreneur, someone looking down on you as a boss, making sure you're staying on track, or a manager staying on track. As an entrepreneur, there's this double-edged sword, freedom and time, freedom and opportunity, but also you've got to be on your stuff, right? You got to take action consistently. You've got to avoid information overload and shiny object syndrome. We all know mindset is one thing, and that's a big focus for us, but knowledge and implementation is a whole different thing. Here's the thing, guys. Let's talk about shiny object syndrome. And I know a lot of you know about shiny object syndrome. If you've dealt with shiny object syndrome, let us know in the comments with an SOS. That's big. I really want that to be written down here. SOS, Save Our Souls, shiny object syndrome. They're a reason that they're the same acronym. Something people deal with in this industry quite a lot is SOS. When you decided, Jason, to join Prospecting on Demand, it wasn't necessarily a lack of knowledge on your part. You already understood kind of what you needed to do to make things happen. But more so, the reason that you decided to join was because of your struggle to implement what you've learned, making and taking action consistently, rather than just trying to increase the amount of knowledge, right? Because knowledge without implementation is worthless. Philip Calvet says this all the time. I love this. And he says this to me in confidence, but I'm going to say it here because I think it's great. He says to me, it's like, Alex, you inspire me to share my knowledge, because if I don't share my knowledge, it will die with me. That's the same thing for everyone. If you don't put your knowledge into words, into action, it's not going to help anyone. If Jason is such a confident person and has so much skills to share about mindset and goals and achieving things, but he doesn't share that, or he doesn't implement on it, it's worthless, right? So I want to talk to you about the idea of accountability, right? Accountability is huge. That was what we talked about in the beginning. I held Jason accountable. He let me know that he was on vacation and closed a client. But having a team to ensure that you're being held accountable and taking action daily, it's just so important. So Jason, can you tell us a little bit about your struggles with shiny object syndrome prior to joining POD and information overload, and kind of how you've transitioned into consistently taking action?
First of all, if you struggle with shiny object syndrome, I need you to put a SOS right now. Type it out there, because I want to see how many people there are. Because I will tell you, shiny object syndrome is a bitch. Man, that thing has got me so bad. I mean, honestly, I've literally bought so many programs, so many things. I've invested in so many things, like courses and everything, that I would just get and I wouldn't even look at. Like, I would just literally waste my money. Like, oh, I'll look at that one day. And then I realized, no, not really. And everybody wants to do everything, right? We're all like, you want to do this, you want to do this, you want to do this. And it's great. But really, you got to get focused on one thing, because all you need is one thing. There's only one thing that can take your business to the next level. And once you dial in and get there, then you can add something else.
Exactly.
Right? And that's what it is. And so for me, you know, I was kind of tired. I was like, man, do I really need this POD thing? And I looked at it as a different approach, because honestly, you know, I looked at it like this. I said, you know, is this another program? Is this another educational thing? Because I don't need that. I know what I know, and I'm ready to take action. And I think that's what it is. I know what I know, and I was ready to take action. And what I liked about Prospecting on Demand and Alex specifically was the fact that he's like, dude, that's what we're about, is taking action. And that's really all that matters at the end of the day. It's about taking action. It's not about learning more. It's not about doing more. You need that accountability. And man, Alex was super accountable, man. Before I joined, you know, it took a few days. And I mean, he was hitting me up every day like, yo, man, is there anything I can do to help? What do you need? And then when I got in there, you know, I just saw the value he was giving. And I was like, this is awesome. And then the weekly mastermind call. And I just realized what this was about. This group is about taking action, right? There's some learning involved with it, of course. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's just about results. It's a results-driven group. And that's what I really like about you, Alex, man, the way you push, man. I mean, you're like, dude, what did you get done this week? Did you do this? I mean, even you sent out an email last week and I told you what I was doing. And you're like, bro, you need to step it up. Like, even though I'm in the Hall of Fame now and I'm getting interviewed right now, I feel lucky. Thank you. But like, he's like, dude, you're doing awesome. But he's like, you could be doing better. And sometimes you need somebody to point that out. And that's what this group and that's what this family is all about. It's about just pushing people and pushing each other and staying accountable and finding an accountability partner. And I've done it with Phil before, and a couple of my other people that aren't in the group right now, but we're accountable like every night or every week. We're getting on the phone and we're doing this, and it's just so needed. And especially if you have shiny object syndrome, my suggestion, cut everything out, choose one thing and keep doing it until you get the results you're looking for.
Exactly.
And then move on, especially with prospecting. So,
man, I love it. It's so much value there. We've got a bunch of people writing SOS here, and it's such a problem. It really is such an issue in the business today. Like, I speak to probably, I'd say roughly 100 to 150 entrepreneurs every month, either people that I've already worked with or new people every month. And I'd say at least 80% of them tell me the same thing. It's like, I have an information overload because it's a red market. This is a red market. There's lots of information, lots of good content. I'm not pretending to you that there's not a lot. But like we said, getting good content's one thing. Implementing is a whole nother. Making sure that you're not trying to firefight and do every single thing. It's impossible. So Jason and I did an onboarding call for POD. And I really wanted him to focus on taking a one-track mindset. And we're on the call, and what is he doing? He's telling me 55 things he wants to do. Like, I want to do this, and I want to do that content, and I want to do that and this and that. I'm like, dude, slow it down. Let's take a one-track mindset. Let's focus on LinkedIn, I think it was, and emails. Okay, let's get on that first, ride that wagon until the wheels break off, and then move on. And that's what he did. And now he's on this call with me. Now he's a Prospecting on Demand Hall of Famer. Now he's getting leads. Now he's getting opportunities. It's not magic potion. It's not a magic pill. That's not what it is. The idea is simply you've got to consistently take action. That's all it comes down to. You have to. If you need an accountability partner, take one. You don't have to be a part of a mastermind group to find someone that's willing to be an accountability partner. If you need that push by someone, you can join us in Prospecting on Demand. We'd love to have you. But the idea here is to tell you that this is not some magic pill. You've got to avoid yourself from being shiny object syndrome. Don't you think that shiny object syndrome is something that all businesses have dealt with? Do you know how corporate world deals with that? Reviews, managers, bosses. If you're a freelancer, let's be realistic. You're probably a consultant. You're probably a freelancer. You probably don't have employees. You probably don't have many contractors, meaning everything's really on you. The business is really on your shoulders. So if you're not taking action, the business is not going anywhere. Now, I was lucky enough when I was struggling with my own accountability, I had a wife. That is the best accountability in the entire world. Someone to say, hey, we have bills to pay. Oh shit, I probably should get on my stuff then, right? That's the idea. Now, I'm very self-motivated, just like Jason is. It's not a matter of being motivated. It's about staying on the right track. Have you ever been sleeping at night at 1 a.m. or not sleeping, but at 1 a.m. and you're like, I have a good business idea. Let me write that down. You have 2,500 ideas, right? That's because your mind is firing on all cylinders rather than focusing on a one-track mindset. So I'll give you two things of value here. One, listen to what Jason said. Get an accountability partner. Two, what I've used has been massively beneficial for me, without a doubt, is this POD brain dump document. There's so much I want to do in POD, so much I want to do in Powerhouses. I have ideas for days, but I have to stay accountable. I've got to stay on track because it's not just on me, not just on my family. I've got 120 Prospecting on Demand members that also rely on me to help them. People like Jason that I'll hold accountable, people like Phil and Jade Vargas, and people in our family that I care about, that I'm going to message on Facebook, that I'm going to email to make sure I can hold them accountable too. So I can't do 150 things at once. I only have 24 hours just like you do. So I write a POD brain dump document where all my ideas come out. And when I do my monthly review, my monthly management, I go back through that document. And amazingly, I actually end up doing some of the things without even realizing it because it's just a natural progression. This isn't a race. This isn't a race. You don't have to get your first client in a week. You don't have to get your first $10,000 in a month. You can try. You can make it happen. And the best way to do it, one-track mindset. I hope you guys learn from that. Looks like a lot of people struggle with SOS. So I hope you guys utilize this information and grow with it. Let's close this call off on a strong note. Now, you've already closed a few new clients. You've got a dozen or more sold leads to follow up on. Now, in your opinion, what would you tell the marketers, the entrepreneurs, the people here in Prospecting Powerhouses watching with us live who are struggling right now in their business? what would you tell them to focus on?
Well, I would tell them to focus on this one question. And I don't know if you ever read that book, The One Thing. You ever read that?
Hell yes. Hell
so
yes.
That question, the big takeaway from that book is, what is the one thing you can do today such that by doing that, everything else will be easier or unnecessary, right? And whatever, you just put your goal in there, you plug your goal in that question. So if you're like, maybe your goal is to reach $10,000 a month. That's like a big goal for a lot of people. So you'd be like, what is the one thing I need to do today to make $10,000 in the next 30 days such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? If you focus on that one question alone, your mind is going to find an answer. So the thing is, what it usually comes down to is the first word in POD, prospecting, because that's the quickest way to blow your business up. Marketing is great. Our website, like I said, we do SEO. We're listed number one for multiple keywords. We're getting found all the time, which is great. But if I just sit around and wait for people to find me, I definitely wouldn't have closed that attorney. That was a cold call. That attorney that you asked me about in the first question, that was a cold call. I cold called that guy. I found his business card. I picked it up and I just called him.
Just took action.
That was it. I called him and it just worked. It went so good. Boom. That guy right there, he's a great guy too. And that could turn into the next year. That might turn into like 30 to 40 G's in the next year just from doing that one call. But if I would have just sat around and waited for him to find me, it wouldn't have happened. So I would say find one prospecting method. I would say choose one service that you want to offer, choose one niche that you want to specialize in, and choose one prospecting method that you want to master and go to work until you get results with that combination. And once you get results, then you can add another prospecting method or another, and then you can start, automating some stuff, but you have to get the results first. So, that's simple. That's that simple. Just simplify, pick one thing and get to work and do it daily and use an accountability partner or group to keep you going.
It's beautiful, man. Jason, that was so freaking awesome, guys. I hope you enjoyed this live. I'm going to ask you to do two things for me. One, if you really enjoyed it, throw 7 below. 2, write down your goal for September here to hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable if no one else will do it for you. I'm telling you right now, you've been watching this entire video. You've been implementing and listening to what we have to say. Let us know what your goal is. Are you going to hit a client next month? Are you going to focus on that one thing like Jason's talking about? Are you going to join Prospecting on Demand? We'd love to have you. What are you going to do in September that's going to change your business? What's that goal that you're going to hit? What's that one thing you're going to focus on, guys? We appreciate you. We thank you for being here. Jason, thank you so much for being here, man. We appreciate you. Happy to have you in the POD Hall of Fame. Guys, we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.